For the next 24 hours, we are going to be traveling from the Netherlands back to the US. Now, normally a flight from Europe to America shouldn't take 24 hours, but we're taking the long route through Istanbul so that we can fly Turkish Airlines business class, which was recently voted the best airline in Europe.
They were just coming around with the dessert carts, and you just got to take whatever you wanted off of it.
So first we'll have a short flight from Amsterdam to Istanbul, but when we get to the Istanbul airport, we have an 8-hour layover.
I'm tired.
Thankfully, they have some unique sleeping options. The first option is the Yotel, which is an interesting chain of hotels that exist in airports around the world. We actually spent 72 hours in one of those hotels while we were living in the Singapore airport.
I think the kids call this double fisting.
I would say that's actually option C. Then there's this priority pass lounge that has these pods that kind of look like coffins, but best case scenario would be getting to sleep in the secret hotel inside the Turkish Airlines lounge. There are a lot of requirements for this, which I'll explain later in the video, but technically we should have access, so I'm really hoping that's where we end up tonight. And then finally, we will board our 11-hour business class flight on Turkish Airlines from Istanbul to Chicago. I was super sleep deprived when filming this video, which you'll see in just a moment, but that probably explains why I forgot to tell you one of the most important things, which is that if you go to the Turkish Airlines website and try to book a long-haul business class flight, you're gonna see that it costs over $4,000. But I just wanted you to know that it doesn't have to be anywhere near that expensive if you're using miles and points. A 13-hour flight in Turkish Airlines business class can actually be booked for as little as $217 in taxes and fees, plus 65,000 points. And in next week's video over on the Daily Drop YouTube channel, Brendan is gonna explain exactly how you can do this and give you a ton of different examples. So if you don't wanna miss that, be sure to head over to Daily Drop, click subscribe, and yeah, I just wanted you to know that while these super luxurious business class experiences might look super expensive and out of reach, they don't have to be. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. It was a fun one, and a really nice treat after walking 100 miles in the Netherlands.
Okay, let this exciting travel day begin. Welcome to the Amsterdam airport. Thanks to our fancy business class tickets, we breezed past all the lines and went straight to the lounge. It's our first time in this newly renovated Aspire lounge, and we are very impressed. Spectacular views of the runway, yummy food, great start to the day. You may have noticed that we look a little more tired than usual.
Is that comfortable?
Or that I'm walking pretty slow and with a little bit of a limp.
That's what Kara needs right there.
And that's because we are fresh out of the Netherlands' biggest party, the 4-day march.
Nate is living his best life. I feel like I can't walk.
We just walked 123 miles in 4 days. Harder than it sounds, but also so much fun. And you better believe I am still wearing my Dutch royal decree. I'll spare you the details in this video, but just know my feet are struggling big time. If you missed it, check out our last video and this will all make more sense.
Is that a little dance? Whoa, are those feet moving? She's faking it.
This 737 is kinda old, but they did bring us welcome champagne. And this is just a quick 3 hours over to Turkey.
So far, not the smoothest start to the top-rated airline in Europe. We've now been sitting on the runway for 2 hours, and we have no idea why.
Whew, after an unexpected, very long delay on the tarmac, we are finally in the air. Everything should just get better from here. We got hot towels and a delicious 2-course meal. Actually so surprised to get this much food on such a quick flight. Ended with a Turkish coffee and a gorgeous sunset landing. Hello, Istanbul. Now the fun really begins.
We made it.
Excuse me. It is midnight. We just got off this like dark plane, came into the airport, and then boom, there's like 1 million people. Feels like the middle of the day. This airport is nuts. I really don't want to sleep. Like I want to go do all the Turkish Airlines business class things, but I'm tired.
So what was supposed to be an 8.5-hour layover has now turned into a 6-hour layover to try to get some sleep. Our first plan is to head to the Turkish Airlines lounge, where hopefully we can get access to one of the hotel rooms that's actually located inside the lounge. There are a few different requirements to get in, and we've never been able to meet all of them before, but hopefully today is the day. First requirement is you have to be flying business class, check. Then you have to have a flight coming in or out of Istanbul that's at least 8 hours long. Our 11-hour 7-hour flight leaving to Chicago qualifies for that. And then the part that trips us up in the past is your layover has to be between 4 and 9 hours. Our layover is 8 hours, well, was scheduled to be 8 hours and 25 minutes, so we were barely squeaking in on the high end. And then last but not least, there obviously has to be availability. You can't book this ahead of time, so we just have to show up and hope for the best.
I actually read somewhere that if you have a Dutch royal decree medal, that they reserve a room for you just in case.
We got that for finishing the walk, which was just a couple days ago. And during the walk, we slept less than 4 hours a night, every single night, because we had to be walking by 4 a.m. every morning. So we're both exhausted. A nice, soft, quiet bed for the night would be amazing. That's the lounge up there. It stretches all the way from there, all the way to there. It's huge. Okay, it is the moment of truth. Hello, do you by chance have any other rooms available?
Sure, can I have a boarding pass?
Yes, no way. The secret door.
She's like a Dutch.
So these are all the private suites.
Wow. Awesome.
I love it.
It is so hot in here. How do I turn it on? On. Yes.
Oh, thank goodness for this bed. It's actually quite comfy. Kara and I each got our own room.
I have a place to put my stuff.
They've even left us with slippers.
A cute little desk. They provided water, television.
Let's see what kind of view we have from this room. Oh, we're just looking straight down into the terminal. I'm so grateful that I'm not that guy.
I can't count how many airport chairs I've slept in. Welcome to my secret suite.
Have you felt the bed? Watch this. Oh. I'm so happy I don't have to try to sleep on a chair.
Life is good. So this lounge was originally opened in 2019, and shortly after it opened, we came here and we filmed a tour. And I think the lounge is still exactly the same. Normally I look back on our old videos and I cringe thinking of like ways that we could have done it better, but I actually don't think we could do this tour better today. So I will let 2019 Kara with long hair show you around the lounge.
This lounge is huge and super nice, but by far the best part is the food. In the back of the lounge, there are several chefs hand-making dough, preparing one of our favorite dishes in this country, Turkish pide. There's also a soup station, an entire island of little mezzi, kebabs, some meat from a street cart, countryside butter, a hibachi grill, traditional Turkish moussaka, drinks, and more drinks. Manti, or Turkish ravioli, hand-cut by this lady. I love that this entire lounge is basically one giant open kitchen. Thank you. Tons of coffee stations with Turkish coffee and tons of delicious desserts. As far as non-food related things go, there are napping pods. I'm having way too much fun to sleep right now. Popcorn station.
A place to keep your kids entertained, remote control cars, video games, and tons of TVs. There's even an art gallery. This was my favorite thing about the old lounge. In summary, not a bad place to spend a few hours. I know we were just complaining about how tired we were, but we have left the hotel room because we could not pass up a chance to have some more Turkish pide.
I've been thinking about this all day. Even better than I remember. Especially because it's midnight. There's something about this that just feels like I deserve this.
Also, I think knowing that we have a comfortable bed to sleep in tonight has somehow made me less tired. Like,
yes.
When there was a chance that I was sleeping on the airport floor, I was feeling miserably tired. But now that we have a bed, what's another 30 minutes?
Okay, time for bed. We're gonna get maybe 3 hours of sleep tonight. Should have been more like 6, which I was excited about, but you know, it's better than nothing, and it's That's way better than a hard chair in the airport. So I'm just going to stay positive and sleep so well in my cool, quiet, soft bed. Good night. I got him tempted to just stay up all night and party at the Turkish lounge. But I guess that's what the flight is for tomorrow.
Morning.
Morning.
Wow, this is nice. They even put a robe in here. Hair dryer, slippers, loofah.
Did you sleep good?
Yeah, for 3 hours.
I was so out. I had no idea where I was when I woke up.
It's in a dark room.
It's like, what is this place? What country am I in? Do I have to walk today?
Wow, talk about some good water pressure. Okay, we got 10 minutes until our flight, boys. I gotta make this fast.
This is way better than putting mascara on in an Uber.
10 out of 10 shower. That was almost perfect. Just one slight issue. We ran out of time for coffee. Our flight started boarding 5 minutes ago. What are you looking for?
My first pair of compression socks.
You think Louis Vuitton sells compression socks?
I've never worn compression socks before, but I've been putting my swollen feet all over Instagram. People are starting to worry me. They're talking about like blood clots. Yeah, I just feel like it wouldn't hurt to wear them.
The problem is there are just a bunch of really expensive stores that definitely do not sell compression socks.
Got sweet treats for our flight attendants.
Thanks. All right. And this is Home Sweet Home for the next 11 hours. It's so sleek. I feel like I'm riding in a sports car right now. Real quick, Nate from the future here. We are obviously back in the van and training for my 100-mile ultra marathon is in full force. You're gonna get to see all of that in next week's video, but for now, I need to tell you about the one and only AG1 who has been supporting our channel for over 4 years now. You've probably heard us talk about him before, but just hear me out. This bottle right here has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients all in one easy scoop that you just put into 8 ounces of water, and then you're good to go. Right now when I'm training, I'm trying to do as much good stuff for my body as possible, which is why I'm in these recovery boots. And I'm also trying to put a bunch of healthy things in my body, and this is by far the easiest thing that I do, because not only does it have all the vitamins and minerals, but when you're running super long distances, digestion is almost always an issue. And this has prebiotics, probiotics, and I'm not saying that bad things are gonna happen to my stomach while I'm running, but I'm giving it the best chance possible by drinking AG1. If you've never tried AG1 before, you don't have to be an ultra athlete. We drink this in our daily life, especially when we're traveling, to help boost our immune system. And right now we have everything here to show you. Normally we're on the road, we don't have all of this, but if you want to try AG1 using our link, you're gonna get, of course, your AG1 that you ordered, but then you're also gonna get a free jar to put it in, the shaker that I've been using, 5 free travel packs, and an entire bottle of vitamin D3K True Drops to boost your immune system. Also, one of the biggest things we love about AG1 is that it replaces your entire supplement cabinet. Like, we don't have room to store extra supplements in this van. I don't know if you can see how much these cabinets are overflowing, but instead of having to have a bunch of different bottles of stuff, it's all just in one convenient pack. It's kind of a no-brainer. Click the link down below to try AG1 for yourself. Now, back to this very luxurious flight, and just let me soak this in, because life is about to get a lot harder next week.
It is approximately 6:06 a.m. and the chef just handed me the wine list. Haven't even had my coffee yet. What are we about to eat? What time is it in the event? Nighttime. So do they just go straight to breakfast? The wine?
Breakfast is by far my least favorite meal on an airplane. It makes total sense that they would serve breakfast at 6:07, but I really hope we don't get breakfast.
Usually I try to do a full sea tour before we take off, but considering I slept for 3 hours, I'd like to have a coffee before I do that. As usual, I am beyond excited for this business class flight. This seat is very unique, so don't take my tiredness for lack of enthusiasm. I don't like this thing. Do you want to know my critical thoughts before I have coffee. This is annoying. You're really close to your neighbor, which is amazing if you know each other. But if you were a stranger, this is like a bit close.
But on most business class seats, like this goes all the way across. So if you're flying together, this could go down.
Yeah, it's gonna be so sad that I have to do this every time I want to talk to you. Once again, if I'm being critical, the foot hole is very narrow. Like there's not a lot of room for activities, which is fine. It's very intimate.
What's a positive word for small?
This is kind of fun. What else can I criticize? All right, one more critique. No one's offered me a welcome drink yet. Really thought I was about to get a coffee and I can just feel myself fading. Just in case you're new around here, I am not a picky person. I mean, some things I'm picky about. If I'm in the front of the plane and I can prop my feet up, I am so happy, and that is all that matters. So I couldn't help but notice, but there have been a few passengers in business class who seem like they need a little more attention than others. So I've been waiting to hand the chocolate to our flight attendant because they all just seemed so busy. But we were about to take off, and so I just like quietly handed it to a lady and I said, "This is for the crew," and she just stopped and seemed so shocked and grateful. And then all of a sudden, she ran by and slid us these 2 paper cups of champagne to enjoy while we take off. We ordered water. Cheers.
I think this might be the first time this has ever happened on a morning flight, but as soon as we took off, the flight attendants came around and made everyone's bed. I think we're still gonna get breakfast.
Feels like we're going to sleep.
I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I'm not complaining either way.
They turned all the windows blue, so it feels dark outside. I feel like they're setting sleep flags up. I think this is the first time we've ever ridden on an airplane. Since it's bedtime apparently, that I go ahead and open my amenity kit. Oh yeah. This feels like a good one. Before I dig in, I just wanted to reminisce for just a second. Back in 2019, Nate and I flew the old Turkish business class. This is very different. Really liking the new one, but that is the first time Nate ever did his Kara amenity kit impression.
OMG, I got this blue Versace bag. Oh, it smells so good. OMG, is this perfume? Oh, how do I open it? I must spray this on myself and make the whole plane smell.
Also, before we get started, Nate and I got different amenity kits, and I'm pretty sure that happened the first time we flew Turkish business class.
This is the only airline that I know of that does guys and girls amenity kits.
Okay, so first we have fuzzy socks with little anti-slippies on the bottom. I've already put on my slippers, but I'm gonna put on my socks too. An eye mask.
It reminds me of like the eyes of flies.
Yeah, it does. Toothbrush lid came off. Toothpaste.
Called forever.
Facial mist. I don't know why this is my favorite thing behind. The brand of all of this is Ferragamo. It sounds very Italian, but I have no idea. Smells lovely. Ferragamo lip balm.
You like that?
I like that. Body lotion. Probably gonna explode. Hey, anticipated it this time. Oh, that's good. A hair tie. I think I got this last time.
A hair tie?
And I really like this little earplugs holder. I think that wraps it up.
Just brought us a hot towel. Maybe we are having a meal.
Okay, now I'm confused. Are we about to eat? I was really amped to go to sleep.
It's happening. We're eating breakfast. It looks like we've got some cheese, what I think is spinach. It actually tastes really good. Probably not my preferred thing to eat with my donut, but they've got a little bit for everyone on this plate. It's just like it's been soaked in sugar and syrup for days. So heavy and dense. In addition to the spinach and donut, we also have some yogurt, fruit, tomatoes, and cucumbers.
Ooh, yummy. So we pre-ordered ordered the vegetarian special meal, so technically this isn't on the menu, and I'm not certain what it is. Kinda looks like a grilled cheese situation with one long green pepper on top.
Well, that could be hot.
I'm impressed with the grill marks on the bread, considering there's no grill on board, obviously.
You
Sorry.
have not had enough
I'm so
sleep.
tired. Oh my god. It's like a panini. I feel like I'm having happy hour. I just had cheese with champagne and I'm having a panini?
Also, the champagne was strategic. We figured this would help us sleep more than coffee.
Okay, hit play on yours in 3, 2, 1, go.
It's not great.
Pause yours for a second. Go. One more.
Now you gotta pause yours.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
I think that's as close
Yeah.
as we're gonna get.
Not our best work. Wow, that's flat. Alright, I'm gonna try to sleep, but I put my TV on Do Not Disturb, and it asked me if I wanted to be woken up for my meal, and I said yes. There's a little plate on my TV. I have no idea when the meal's gonna be, but I know I'm gonna sleep very well until it's time. So I'll see you then. You look like a bug. Good night. Oh, so comfy.
RMG, this bag is so cute. Oh, we got the same matching blue eye mask. Oh, it's so cute. I'm gonna keep it forever. Ow. See you in a few hours.
I think I just slept for 6 hours. I need to do my calf races. I'm a little sad. I feel like I've missed out. We only have 3 hours and 5 minutes of the flight left. I need to get a coffee and go enjoy myself.
Here you are.
Thank you. This coffee is amazing. I feel so alive. This is the most awake I've felt in a week. I wish we had 9 more hours on this flight.
The best part of any Turkish Airlines flight is about to begin, the dinner service. They just do it in a really fun way, having the chefs push the carts through the aisles and then picking what you want to eat off the cart. It's just fun and different for most airlines out there. I feel like a lot of people talk about the good old days of flying, and if you actually look at photos from the 70s and 80s, they're actually pushing carts through the aisle serving people. So it's just really fun that Turkish has brought that back in a more modern way. I always look forward to meals on Turkish Airlines.
Dinner time, lunchtime. I have no idea what meal I'm about to eat. Not breakfast time. Appetizers are served. We have warm nuts. What is that?
Some kind of cheesy bread.
No way.
Cheers.
And now I have crumbs on my shirt. Divine is the only way to describe what I'm experiencing. Thank you. Thank you. So Turkish remains the only airline that we've ever had a candle lit dinner. There's something about this that just changes the whole vibe. And then just the bread plate alone makes me so happy. It created like a nest for the bread to be placed in. I got the warm, they called it a Turkish bagel. Kind of looks like a baguette, but it's covered in toasted sesame seeds, which is one of my favorite things that come from the earth. I'm always a huge fan of mini salt cover shakers, but these are magnetic. Who even thinks of this? We have butter, very good olive oil, but possibly the best part is this teeny tiny bowl of dried herbs. Sprinkle that on anything. So good. Food cart is coming with more.
Thank you so much.
Once again, I feel like this is my first time ever riding on an airplane because I just got way too much food. I got really excited. She told me what the vegetarian options were and I just said, give me all of them. This is just the appetizers. So I got some kind of white soup, a thing of eggplant, a tomato and cheese salad, and I was very excited. My plate is full. Then she said, vegetarian. Oh, I thought I was just getting this. That's a lot. So I now have 2 entire trays full of cold vegetarian appetizers. I don't know how this happened. I thought I was just choosing from the cart.
But even if you don't overorder like Kara, this is still the appetizer portion of the meal. I didn't order anything extra except for these beans, and this is just what it comes with.
Oh my gosh. You're missing out on the tomato salad. You want to try it?
Like I've been transported to Italy.
It's mushroom soup.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So we pre-ordered the vegetarian meal, which is a chickpea and potato curry with rice. Normally we do this because occasionally they run out of vegetarian meals and we just like to be safe. But I will say on Turkish Airlines, I think that was a mistake. They have a ton of good veg options and we now have the same meal twice on both flights. It's delicious, just a little less fun. They were just coming around with the dessert cart. You just had to take whatever you wanted off of it. I got baklava, chocolate cake, and apricot ice cream.
Let's see what the Turkish business bathroom has for us. This one is slightly bigger than your average airplane bathroom. We have a full-length mirror, typical toilet, sink, another mirror, and it smells fabulous. Thanks to these guys, I feel like I'm in a Turkish spa. We got some nice soap, lotion, oils, and cologne. It's nice.
I love that feature.
Put your seat back upright.
We officially have 40 minutes remaining of this flight and I just, came out of my seat a little bit. I just realized we have not given a proper seat tour, which just really shows how much I'm in recovery mode, both mentally and physically right now. It just feels wrong not to do a seat tour. So even though you've been watching us live and enjoy this space for the last 11 hours, I'm gonna give you some quick details that I'm excited about. Like we said earlier, this is the new Turkish business class. I really like the way it looks, but I also really liked the old one. This one does just feel nicer. Like it kind of feels like I'm sitting in a brand new BMW. Like it's like black, sleek. There's like detailed stitching on the seat. This was very weird.
When we were researching this trip, a lot of people were complaining about how narrow the seats were. And I will say, I do think it's one of the smaller footwells of any business class product that we've flown recently, but I had zero problem sleeping. They laid this little, it's basically just a thick blanket, a pad over the seat for you to go to sleep, and honestly it was super comfortable. So zero complaints, but Kara and I are also both small people, which is very convenient for traveling, so we sit very comfortably even in tight seats. On this side of the wall we've got a few different lights. The seat controls are kind of hidden. It took us a while to find them at first, but you kind of have to hold your finger down on this black bar for them to pop up, and then that's how you control your seat and all the different things that are going on. We've got a remote, but honestly this seat has been small enough that I've just poked on the TV the whole time, which is also touchscreen, which is really nice. These are always super annoying to me, I don't know why.
I would like to add that the movie selection was pretty good and they included the IMDb ratings on the movie description. However, we watched The Office the entire time, so it didn't even matter. Do you know how many flights that Nate and I have panic Googled movie reviews before taking off and losing Wi-Fi?
When you fly business class, internet should be included, considering the ticket is thousands of dollars, but Turkish Airlines gives you 1 gigabyte of internet, which has lasted me for the whole flight, which is super nice. Also, you've got this little storage compartment over here. There is an outlet to charge your things. These are the headphones that came with the seat. They are, I would say, above average, but not as good as like Bose or Sony headphones that you bring yourself. Coat hanger over here. Might be the grand finale of this tour.
Nailed it.
All right, we're landing in Chicago soon.
Please
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Thank you for flying with Turkish Airlines. We would like to say goodbye and hope to meet you again.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Really appreciate it. 11 hours later, we have landed in Chicago. From here, we have one short flight to Denver, where my training continues. Thank you so much for watching this video and letting us call flying in business class our job. It honestly is the best in the world. We appreciate you. We will see you next week for something much more uncomfortable. Cara, wow, that was so nice of her to drop you off.
I almost really lost my foot.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you. Wow, it's so beautiful. Look at all the steps I took for 4 days. And then it's just been like nothing, nothing, nothing.